been 10 years since the premiere of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. To mark the occasion, we invited some amazing people to go back in time and share some stories.
To me, this is more than a game.
It was a lifetime experience.
What the fuck? Did we make this?
Our guests took us on a journey through the world of The Witcher and even faced off against its monsters. Were they up to the challenge? Let's find out.
Kids, remember, don't do it at home. We are professionals.
It's been 10 years, can you believe it? 10 years, that's a long road.
Time flies.
Do you remember the overall feeling and tension that was happening before release?
I wouldn't say tension, at least I didn't feel it. For me, it was mostly excitement.
I was super happy that people will see it.
It was like a mix of being happy, being tired, and anticipation what comes next.
Is it gonna be a great success or a total failure?
I remember the release when the game unlocked and everything just went quiet.
You never really know what the reception is going to be.
We were hoping to really get above 90, not because we were thinking like, ooh, we did the best thing ever, but because that was really like the ambition.
We were waiting in anticipation, like the whole room was full of people. The first was GameSpot, 10 out of 10, and you could hear in the building that was happening.
I remember when the first review appeared, I was reading it on my phone, and I got into a tram, and instead of stopping at my stop, I just went to the end of the line. And then I realized, like, oh my God, this is something for the ages.
I think the moment when I realized how big thing it was that someone passed me a book of Andrzej Sapkowski to sign, and I was like, hey, I'm not Andrzej, dude.
Before we start, everyone has to do a sound of a quest. Da-da!
Yeah. The famous bathtub scene. I don't know if it's appropriate to talk about it, but I remember one of the longest email threads in our company history was about the question, how naked Geralt should be in this bath scene. When he gets up, how much butt should we show? I think in the end we chose a good middle point. We showed nudity in a kind of European way.
But it's still like the kiss that's gonna happen in a second, right? It's such a subtle thing.
There wasn't much kissing in video games before that, right?
It's difficult.
It's so difficult. It's the most difficult thing you can do.
At that time, there weren't many games that kind of were able to do that, right? Like where the cinematic and the character quality, animation quality were so good that you could get away with conveying emotions and actions just from literally that without having to add, extra exposition through words.
Classic show, not tell, right? Let's go to balcony.
Yeah, the vista.
Let's see the vista. Wow, so many clouds. That's great.
I think, this scene, it said a lot about, this is the third Witcher game and now we have an open world.
Yeah.
There you go, this is it. And I think, that was like the statement. Start in the room, start intimate, and now look at that world that you're gonna explore.
Kaer Morhen means home. Kaer Morhen is iconic. The Witcher 1 started in Kaer Morhen. It's a little bit about melancholy because it's empty after all these violent events from the past. There are not that many Witchers there, but it makes it home.
Some of us still remembered Kaer Morhen from The Witcher 1.
Yeah.
So it was obvious for us that we want to restore it and we want to go back to it because of nostalgia.
Man, this city.
The first thing I remember when I was entering Novigrad is the FPS drops.
We were proud that we have game on consoles and you can play the game till some point when you run out of memory, and this point is actually here.
The point is here because this is the point where, you stop galloping.
The horse was going so fast in the city, we're like, okay, it's not going to work. But, if you are in a city, does it make sense to go full speed? No. Okay, then we have a lore reason to calm down.
I had to create a quest about the master weaponsmith. He tells you at the very beginning that he's gonna give you a sword to kill gods, right?
Yeah.
And I forgot to ask about the actual sword, so you get like a piece of shit, right?
The whole city, I think, is one of those moments in games where you really see all of the departments coming together, because it's such a challenge on every level to first have this design, this interesting city, and then, okay, how are you going to make this feel like it's alive? And then, of course, you have to have these lines of dialogue, the activities, and then, of course, the technical challenge.
Yeah, how to squeeze that into the memory, yes.
I remember these conversations from like QA. Oh, we managed to get to another FPS in Novigrad. It was a huge victory, right? It only shows how demanding the city is, not just from the lore perspective, but also in terms of hardware.
All right, guys, what do you say we go to Skellige a bit?
Skellige.
That's how the natives actually call it.
If someone wants to know why Skellige is the best, just look at that.
It's like a good wine, you know?
Exactly.
Skellige was such a surprise for people. This massive world to explore.
The open world activities in Skellige. Sweet Jesus.
When we did a review of just the world, game director Conrad would take the horse and start riding. And then, like, say, every 30 seconds, he kind of expected something. I want to see a deer, or maybe a monster, or maybe over the horizon, I see a little fortress. Something interesting regularly.
I really always had an active effort to make things special. If you actually read the letters that you find, you always see that there's some sort of backstory to it, right? There's a reason why this treasure chest is there exactly where it is. No matter how tight the deadlines and all that stuff, there's always room to kind of, bring heart into the game, right?
I kind of always wanted to tell little stories, right? So you have the blacksmith here. And I thought, well, the blacksmith probably has the most money in the village. So his children are the least behaved. So when you go to the house where the drunk guy lives, and the drunk guy mostly sleeps at daytime, you sometimes find the children there throwing rocks at his house because, they're not very well behaved. Look at that misbehaving child.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And, it's just because her father's rich, and that's just how it goes sometimes.
Remember the elevator in the castle? Because I spent like weeks.
There was so many bugs with it. It was famous elevator. I remember the physics being broken, like the captures being teleported, people getting stuck and things like that.
Okay, let's test it. Are we going?
Yes.
Going up. But the elevator music would be super cool here.
This was the most difficult, I think, right? The scene to actually make, because emotionally wise, it was such a culmination of everything you did.
And you waited for that for so many hours.
I was very much into the idea of sort of preceding this moment with sort of this, funhouse mirror view of the Seven Dwarfs.
The contrast between, fairy tale of dwarves and so on, but connected with, the deep drama of, okay, where's my daughter?
It's a model combination of what we are doing in our games. We try to combine two worlds. One is grounded in realism, and the second one in fantasy. So the contrast is super crucial for our games.
I remember the very first moment when I saw this cutscene. It was so devastating.
One of these super rare moments, Geralt's hesitating big time.
He really doesn't want to know what's inside.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very personal because it was super personal. I tried to hold back my tears, but I couldn't. During the first presentation, it was so emotional. There were kind of similarities with my personal life, and I remember the scene very strongly. It's meaningful to me.
Then animation-wise, it was one of the very few scenes we allowed ourselves to push Geralt's facial, like
bit over the top,
like too much, like not him. Like he completely reached to his human side.
And I love this moment.
Yeah, he's scared. Yeah.
This scene is not, in fact, about Ciri being dead, but about how he loves her.
These recaps, they remind me also why I think the game has such a resonance, because there's some high-level things going on here. There's some big stakes happening. But at the heart of it, it's about a father trying to find his daughter. It's a really human experience at the core.
So this was...
Yeah, I got emotional even now, like, come on.
I have a tear in my eye now.
Hearts of Stone actually gave us the appetite to take the fable and fairy tale aspect even deeper and make it more expansive.
I really like the Hearts of Stone story.
It's a twist we made on a very well-known Polish fairy tale about Pan Twardowski.
I just love going back to it, how compact, how personal the story is, and just the whole vibe of it.
It has this really dark fantasy mood here.
You're famous for doing the haunted house quests. Do you actually like haunted houses or like scary movies or stuff?
Oh no, I hate scary movies. I'm super afraid of them. But perhaps this is why I know how to scare people.
All memories with Proc is traumatic for me.
Yeah? Why?
It was so hard to beat.
You don't have to fight with him. We can, watch how he kills us.
I remember we released the game. I thought, in the office we've been cheating, like using codes to just quicker get through the combat. And then I sat on my couch after releasing the expansion in the house, tried to play it. I was unable to kill this bastard.
People were really complaining that it's too hard at the beginning.
I think we very quickly released a patch, right?
Yes.
Making it easier to beat.
Yeah.
I remember that when it was out internally that he's returning, I'm like, no.
I'm not sure we were aware how important he is.
Yeah,
we
didn't.
It was just some quest requested, some dude, doesn't have to look special. He's just an NPC with a unique face.
It's cool because he looks totally normal. You would never say that this guy is the most powerful character in the universe here.
We knew that we will use him for something, we don't know yet. And then, after years, he became a face of the biggest villain.
You actually meet someone who you suspect might be the devil, who has the devil in his eyes. What do you do?
My guilty pleasure every year is to launch the game, like clean, and go straight for Blood and Wine.
Blood and Wine was the size of a video game almost.
Blood and Wine is the most fun I've ever had at Game Dev. Like, this was great. Our tools were finished. We knew what we were making. Everybody knew the characters backwards and forwards.
So the process of making this game was so, well-oiled machine.
We got to the moment when we truly understood all the tricks.
Yeah.
And the team was like super great. It was fun.
It was a load of fun, yes, absolutely.
I wish we could just keep making DLCs. Like, just keep going, more DLC, more DLC, more DLC. That would be great.
And here we see like the very different world. So pretty, so fairy tale.
I think we did manage to capture that change really well.
Oh, so many colors.
Oh.
That's the difference, right? When you switch from the Hearts of Stone.
And this is fantastic.
Well, it's really hard to believe that it's the same game, right?
It reminds you France.
Mixed in with a little bit of Italy, the vineyard, and everything there is just incredible. The knights in Toussaint are one of the few knights in video games that actually have proper plate armor. Like, you know, gambeson, some proper chainmail, some proper plate above.
Yeah, I know that the people who made this stuff, they really care. 20 years ago, when for example, I was starting to do reenactment, we had to do it by hand. So I was building my own chainmail. Yeah. So I know how it works, you know. In the end, it can be used in our games.
Oh, I remember when they showed me this cinematic first. I couldn't believe this is in my quest, you know?
The boss fight has a cool feature, because it's a Cyclops. If you hit it in the eye with a bolt, it dies. If you do it, that will be very cool.
Kyo, watch out! I swore I'd kill a monster!
Oh no, don't kill. I'm just laser focused. No.
You didn't take Swallow.
It's like your road to redemption.
I will do this. I will do it. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure it hit.
I think so.
It's bugged. Yeah, it's definitely bugged.
It's bugged. Okay, I will now attempt a serious attempt at defeating this enemy. Oh, I got too greedy. I did this thing you did. I was so close.
I did a bit better, sorry.
Don't try the arrow thing.
How do I do a proper roll again? I just jumped.
It's A. Yes, there you go.
What? Since when?
Since always.
No.
Yes.
I'm actually using Witcher 4 controls. Spoiler.
Clearly there's something wrong with this enemy. You put 3 Witcher 3 veterans on this, and none can defeat this enemy. Got it. You got it. Who knew that all you had to do was not to use the silly strategy and just play the game?
Who knew you had to be good at video games?
So guys, 10 years later, why do you think that people still play Witcher 3?
I think for the exactly same reasons why our reactions was like here when we were playing the game just now. It hits, it connects with you on such an emotional level.
The emotions, like the emotions between characters, I think this is our backbone.
It's about meeting those characters again.
They resonate with people because they have personalities. They are not, black or white.
Soundtrack is one thing that I really come back into.
Music played a big role in The Witcher. It's something that goes hand in hand with the whole game, and it's just a masterpiece.
People enjoy this game because from time to time they see the stories from their lives. That's why it makes so good for the players.
This kind of narrative makes it like everybody can feel it.
I think people go back to Witcher because they want to feel the atmosphere. They want to ride the horse, see the sunset.
I think it gives you a good amount of freedom.
You can go there and do the stuff there.
There's always something unique.
It's eye candy, it's ear candy, and it's heart candy.
I think we made this game because of love.
I think it's a game made with passion, passionate people. I think it shows.
Whenever these people get together, you can kind of see that there's a lot of fire burning for just making video games.
People got married because of our games. People made friendships that last throughout the years.
It's people just brought together by the same passion.
Having that love for the game, this is the fuel that drives that energy.
It was special.
It was fun to work on that project, to be honest.
We went to places we hadn't gone before.
It was super challenging.
Even though it was super fucking hard to make, it was a true privilege to be able to do it.
We made the kind of game we want to play, and thankfully other people wanted to play it too.
The Witcher is very special to us here at Red. It's a living world. It's a universe full of characters that feel real, with choices that make a difference.
It feels like home, even if there might be a drowner waiting outside your door. It's no small task following in The Witcher 3's footsteps, but the stories we have from our time creating that game remind me why it's so special. And that feeling is always with us as we build the future.